Hey, peace. What's happening, everyone? On our deal with.
Ooh, yeah. Nah, nah, nah.
Suddenly there came a sound from heaven, as of a rushing mighty wind, like the rushing of a mighty wind, like the rushing of a mighty wind. Come and fill our hearts again, like the rushing of a mighty wind.
Yeah, blessings. Once again, you know the routine. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. All of that helps. So you don't know. Without any further ado, let's get started.
I don't
Not
have
Measy. Not Measy. Can Caribbean people also consider themselves Black Americans, like a someone from Jamaica who's
Absolutely
an
not.
American citizen? Can they consider themselves a Black American as well?
No.
Yes, they can. The U.S.
I knew you weren't Black American.
The
You
U.S.
are a Jamaican.
The U.S. Census. You can look.
You said
He just
that
exposed
you were
himself.
Black American, D. Now you're
Listen.
saying you're Jamaican.
Listen, I'm saying according to the U.S.
Let
Census.
me answer American Dream's point. All right. The reason why I say no, brother, is because Caribbeans tend to be duplicitous. Okay. Americans of convenience. I'm from Brooklyn, so I've seen. I don't agree with that because Caribbeans, you know, for the purpose of reparations, we have to make clear distinctions.
Hold on. Is it the Black piece that you don't agree with, or the American piece?
The American piece.
The American
I'm not
piece.
from the school of thought that Black Americans are the only blacks on the planet.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that for the purpose of reparations, there needs to be a distinction. And I'll give you this. American Dream, are you from the New York City area?
Yes.
All right. So now, if you're over 30 years old, you know there was a time in New York City when anyone with a Caribbean accent did something. Who did they say it was? A Jamaican.
Okay.
Am I right or am I right?
You could be right.
Every time somebody did a crime and they had an accent, the Jamaican guy did it. He could be Trini, he could be Haitian, he can be whatever, but they blaming it on the Jamaican dude. Okay, so Jamaicans are essentially the top of the food chain as it relates to Caribbean people. They got the numbers, they got the culture, they got the presence. Black Americans are the top of the food chain as it relates to Black people in America. We got the culture, we got the presence, we got all that. So there has to be a distinction made, because when the Jamaicans specifically came into Brooklyn in numbers, taking over drug spots and introducing hyper-violence in some places, because they were funded by PLP and PNP and JLP, right? Coming to America, you know, starting these drug gangs and shit. It ain't gonna be Black Americans. We gotta call it who it was. Those were Jamaicans. They weren't Black Americans. So we have to make a difference. And I'll tell you, and I'll land with this. Let me land with this, American
Reparations
Dream.
purposes.
Hold on, brother. Not only mostly reparations, but really for social purposes as well. Let me tell you the first time I got G-checked. I was in Banana Republic. I worked in Banana Republic back in the day on 34th Street, across the street from the Empire State Building. And I had a Haitian co-worker. And he's like, what? He says, I'm not Black American. I'm not African American. No, I don't consider myself a Black American. And I'm like, why? And I hit him with the analogy of if you run down the street with a bag of money and a bank just got robbed, they're not going to say I got a Haitian. They're just going to say I got a Black dude, shoot him on sight. But he said, I don't want to be associated with all the negativity that comes with being known as Black American. So he thought at that point that being a Haitian gave him more notoriety. And I'm just like, bro, it is what it is. But I didn't understand his logic at that time, but I understand it now. People should be proud of who they are. They should be making a distinction. It doesn't have to be a toxic distinction, but a distinction nonetheless.
So let me ask you, do you think like an immigrant from Ireland, for example, that claims to be a white American, like if they get their citizenship and they claim to be a white American, would you object to that as well?
Well, white people business is not my business, so I don't really care about what they do. You have to ask a white person.
Okay, so to say it's not your business means you really don't care. They can call themselves white American if they want. So it seems as if you're okay with...
I'm not saying that. I don't want you to put words in my mouth. White people are not on my radar. But
so do you consider white people to be Americans?
They're whatever / American, right? They're Italian American. They're Irish American. You remember, kiss me, I'm Irish. Kiss me, I'm Italian. During their parades, they come out representing their groups. You have Little Italy. You have all these ethnic neighborhoods and neighborhoods based on European nationality. Chinatown even, right? That's obviously of Asian. But everyone goes back to their own ethnic group. And sometimes they come together and they fall under the American flag.
So what would you, instead of a Black American, what would you prefer that naturalized citizens from Jamaica refer to themselves as?
Well, what they refer to themselves already. Jamaicans don't call themselves Yankees. They call themselves Jamaicans. And in Jamaica, they're known as
the Black American box. We check the Black American box.
Well, like y'all check that box because there is no other box from the last time I was there.
Right, so you think there should be a different box. You think there should be a different box. So you think there should be a different box.
They should get their own box, absolutely.
And you think the Irish should get, everybody should get their own box?
Absolutely. You know what's crazy, bro? That I saw the box recently, and it had a difference in Asians, like Pacific Islander or some other, like it made a difference between the Asians. I'm like, wow, they make the difference between the Asians, but they're not making, and the Hispanics, Black or Hispanic, not of African origin. So they make these distinctions. So the distinction needs to be made for people from the Caribbean. And look, I would support it, and not from a toxic standpoint. Like, I've never met a Jamaican that wasn't proud to be Jamaican. No matter how ratchet they would act, they'd be proud to be Jamaican.
Hold on, let me just
or even how excellent they were proud to be Jamaican. I've never met a Jamaican that tried his hardest to be a Yankee. Never.
Have you met a Jamaican that tried his best to be American?
I never met you, but you're the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, because America has always been considered kind of like a melting pot, if you will. And most immigrants, the successful immigrants that come here, even the Chinese and all them other ethnic groups, the ones that do the best here are the ones, they change their names and give themselves American names. They really get caught up into the culture. So, Jamaicans may not call themselves Yankees because Yankee is a term that it's a derogatory term in a way. But they would consider themselves Americans. And that's something that they would absolutely strive to be. I don't think Jamaicans have a problem with being American. But you said
being Black American though.
Say again?
They have a problem with being Black American. I'm from New York. I'm from Flatbush, as a matter of fact. So I've been told by Jamaicans, you see that Yankee boy there, me never like him from birth.
Okay, so
I said, God damn, you ain't like me from before I was born? Like, there's
I mean, but that doesn't have to be because you're a Yankee.
it's literally because I was a Yankee.
American dream.
But
He
here's the
doesn't
thing.
hate all Yankees from birth. He doesn't know all of y'all.
American
He's just talking about Jamaica. Maybe it was the
American
way you
Dream,
walk.
they're a little, you know, it gets cliquish. It gets cliquish, and I don't want to just keep beating up on Jamaicans, but Haitians, right? I don't know how old you are, brother. I'm not even going to ask you, but Haitians weren't proud to be Haitian until the Fugees came out. When Wyclef and Praz and them, and when the Fugees, then I started seeing all these Haitian flags in New York. Started seeing all these Haitian flags in New Jersey. Like, yo, I'm Haitian, sac passe. So they would say there was everything except Haitian. They were French Canadian, they were from Martinique, Guadeloupe, but they wasn't saying they was Haitian. So Jamaicans, while they may embrace being American, they never forget the Jamaican roots, and they're extremely proud of it. I've never met a Jamaican that called themselves a Black American.
Hey,
I'm Jamaican and I'm a Black American. I was born in Jamaica.
That's the distinction I was just going to make.
And I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, and I'm a African American.
So I looked up, according to the U.S. Census. Remember, I did this yesterday. It says black. It says white, Black, Native American, Asian, Native Hawaiian, and more. But it also says African American too. So the distinction is that anybody that do claim to be an American that's coming from an island or Jamaica or anything is supposed to check Black, and the people that are FBA, quote unquote, should be checking African American. That's basically what they're saying.
Well, I think Black and African American are interchangeable on the census. So, and I think they want Jamaicans and Black Caribbean people, they want to check Black and African American. It's the same thing.
Right.
They don't make a difference between Black and African American.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
So what Not Measy, and I'm still trying to get, clarity from Not Measy, because he said he doesn't have a problem with Jamaican citizens of America calling themselves Black, but he has a problem with them calling themselves American. But he's okay with.
I have a problem with themselves calling Black American.
Hang on, I'll let you respond. If I say anything wrong, you can correct me once I'm done.
All right.
Let me just finish. So he says he has a problem with Jamaican citizens of America calling themselves American. He's okay with them being Black, but not American. But he's okay with an Irish immigrant that's naturalized calling themselves an Irish American. Like, are you okay with a Jamaican, like a Jamaican like me? Do you think it's more proper for me to call myself a Jamaican American? Or do you think I should just leave off the American altogether?
Well, so to address your point, and I'm glad that you checked me on that. I should allow you to finish, even though you misquoted me. I said that Black Americans do not have a monopoly on the word Black. I got kicked off of an FBA panel for that. They said, tell me one other Black people on the world that call themselves Black. I'm like, the Rastas in Jamaica. Period. You know what I'm saying? So what I have an issue with is calling themselves Black Americans. I think they should be Jamaican Americans. They're obviously Black. If they come here, they're American, but that combination Black American is for my people.
And why can't your people just be Americans?
Because America, there's a whole bunch of different Americas. You know this. America is not a melting pot. It's like a pot with oil and water that doesn't mix. Okay, we self-segregate. At certain times in history, we've been segregated by the government. So it's not a melting pot. So there's different Americas. There's the Chinese America. There's the Korean America. There's the Italian America. There's the African in America. And then you have your Black Americans that trace their lineage back to slavery here.
There's the Chinese American, but there's the African in America? Or there's a Chinese American, but there can't be an African American?
Well, for the purpose of reparations, I'm not going to have my waters muddied by other FBBs, foreign-born blacks, that come.
How is that going to let you, like, help me understand how that's going to, if we all call ourselves Black American, if I call myself a Black American, I cannot prove that I have my lineage here in America. So how is that going to mess up your reparations claim? Like, to mess with your reparations claim, I have to show that I have lineage here. I can't just say I'm a Black American and they're going to give me reparations. They're going to check my DNA and make sure I have lineage, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how does that mess with your reparations claim?
You're not a Black American. You're a Jamaican American.
So does it have anything to do with your reparations claim or not?
It muddies the waters. We have to start with having.
But you said that was your main objection.
You asked me a question and now you're cutting me off.
Not me. You said reparations was your main objection.
You asked me a question and now you're cutting me off.
No, but I think you should allow them to.
We have to answer American Dream's question. We have to delineate. So if you're checking
reparations,
Black American, that's muddying the waters. Once it gets
for reparations, right? It's muddying the water for reparations.
Brother, come on, man. Come on.
No, I want to be clear. Hold on.
No.
I need to be clear.
You just want to cut me off. So good.
No, I am, because I need you to be clear. When you say you don't want to muddy the waters, you don't want to muddy the waters for reparations, right?
Socially and from a reparation standpoint, y'all are your own people. And I said I never met a Jamaican that called themselves, that wasn't proud to be Jamaican, number one. So the brother with the ankh or whatever that is next to me, is he a proud Jamaican? Absolutely, he's a proud Jamaican. All of y'all are proud Jamaicans. So be proud Jamaican all the time and don't be duplicitous and trying to be a Black American when it's convenient.
I'm Black and I'm an American citizen.
When y'all travel abroad and people don't know anything about your culture, so then you claim to be Black American. No, you're not Black American. You're a first or second generation Caribbean immigrant. That's what y'all are.
I'm not an immigrant. I'm a citizen of the United States of America. And I'm Black. So I'm a Black American by definition.
No, you're not a Black American.
By the Census Bureau definition, by the Oxford Dictionary, by the Cambridge Dictionary, by any dictionary or any definition, I am a Black American.
No, but you know what's sad, bro, is that it's not sad, it's flattering that y'all want to jack my culture in the name of my people over your own. You guys are really sad. I guess you're the first Jamaicans that I met that weren't proud to be Jamaican.
I was sad. I'm going according to the Census Bureau. I'm going according.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I can put the link in the back.
First time you saw the Census Bureau was to speak anti-Black American talking about.
Black American have no culture.
And now here comes the more trolling topics. Black Americans don't have no culture.
They have culture appropriation.
Not easy. You just agreed with me that the census does refer to all of us as Black or African American. You didn't object when I said it. So why are you objecting when Kwame is saying it?
No, it's not.
The census does say we are all Black Americans. Hold on,
the whole conversation here.
Not Measy, hold on. The census does say we are all Black Americans or African Americans.
Does it say Black Americans on the census?
Yes, it does.
It says Black. Yeah, it says Black.
Yes, but it says African or Black or Black.
Okay, or Black. But does it make a distinction between Black and Hispanics? Blacks not of Hispanic origin?
Yes.
All right. This is my point. They are making a difference. They're making a distinction.
That's because of language.
So, D, chill out, man. So if they're making a distinction for Hispanic, and because they're not the same as us, you guys are not the same as us either. You're not.
And you're not the same as someone from the down south.
But here's the thing. My lineage goes down south, and Black Americans been going down south every goddamn summer.
I gotta tell you,
every summer.
I do sense an accent coming out of you, not easy. What's that accent?
Maybe it's an accent that I've been living in Europe for the last 8 years, and I speak 5 languages.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and I'm from Flatbush.
No, I sense some type of accent.
So where would you place the accent then?
It sounds like a Jamaican-ish type of accent to me. Jamaican-ish, some type of Caribbean accent, I sense.
Nah.
I mean, he said he's from Flatbush.
The only place I lived in the Caribbean was Puerto Rico in 80. 81 to 83, and after that I moved to St. Thomas with my parents. So I'm a child of the world. So which is why I have a New York accent. I don't have a typical Black American accent, but that doesn't change anything about who I am.
So we should go with your French theory versus the consensus on what Black or African American means. That's what you're saying.
You can go with whatever you want, because I am powerless to tell you how you're going to identify. The question was asked to me. You understand me? I don't want to keep calling you Unc or Aunt. Kwame. So a Black American from Jamaica with a Ghanaian name. All right, no doubt. But you seem confused, brother.
I seem confused because my ancestors descend from the Ashanti tribe. I seem confused that I picked an African name over a European name.
No, absolutely not. I stand corrected. You got it 100% right. 100% right. And
so how would that be confusing?
Have a village in Jamaica that's named after.
I think he's making a lot of assumptions about people, and he's not.
No. First of all,
you did.
I was throwing a little jab at my brother, and he just to see if he really knew what it was, and he checked me.
You didn't even think that he was doing that.
Kwame, is there not a place in Jamaica that's it's literally like it's named after a Ghanaian Acculturation town? Yes, yeah. He knows what it is.
It's a couple towns named after Ashanti or Yoruba names.
Yoruba, yep.
So what's the problem with other Black people that's citizens or live in America that's Black and they're American? Why can't they identify as Black? I don't understand.
Because it's my people, bro. It's my people.
Okay, your people is an amalgamation of different African people that was trafficked in the Americas. That some of them came from the Caribbean. You have Denmark VC, who came from St. Thomas. He would be considered a Black American, right?
Did he come from St. Thomas? What year?
Huh?
What year did he come from St. Thomas?
In the 1800s.
Was that was when it was Danish, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But look, I'm not gonna get into all of that because he doesn't trace his slavery back to. Was he ever enslaved in America?
Yes, he was on a plane. He started a rebellion with Nat Turner.
And he's from St. Thomas.
Yes. He was born, raised in St. Thomas, and shipped off to America to slave plantation. And he started a rebellion.
Kwame, what was your question to him? I missed the question.
Oh, I was basically saying, would Denmark VC and these other people be considered Black Americans who came from the Caribbean? And I was basically saying that the term African American is just an amalgamation of different African people or Caribbean people that was shipped off from slavery to America. So I'm trying to understand his logic of what an African American is.
Yeah, because
you know exactly who African American is. It's the same. Wait, hold on. It's the same people who homie said don't have no culture.
What do you mean when you say you're Black, not easy?
Hold on, I'm reading the wiki, and if you have a better source for me, brother Kwame, give me the source. It says likely born into slavery in St. Thomas. So I don't know if he was actually enslaved in St. Thomas, but before he being bought to the Wanalari.
Not easy. What do you mean when you say you're Black? What does that mean to you?
I'm of African descent.
And that's the same thing it means to Jamaicans that call themselves Black.
Right.
Right. So you're both.
But then their nationality would be Jamaican if they were born in Jamaica.
Nation is America. They're citizens of America.
Right.
What do you mean their nationality is Jamaican?
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
It's all about life in the streets. People are suffer, try survive in the heat. Bad mind them out to one hygiene a do it. That's why enough of them get rifle a beat. Everybody want big ups and want fi drive in a Jeep. Every day I'm at the ball when she buy in a read. Not even 5 bills, we can't find for the week. Me no see no changes, the same cycle repeat. Give thanks cause life it's a sweet, but keep a eye open every time you go sleep. Cause mankind jealous and them idle go late. Them never yet plant and not try figure it. Bigger heads where you fight for the seed. Now care about the future nor the child where you creep. Them a pray the fat Kyle we submit. The system will slide where you fit.
Inna the streets where we born and grow, only Jah know and nobody know.
When we talk about ghetto life, talk about ghetto life, ghetto life.
Everybody a priest say them want it though. That's why them a speed and they pan the go.
Cause this a real ghetto life, ghetto life. This a real ghetto life, ghetto life. Yeah, 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 yeah. Everybody just a pre-success. When me looking at the street, you me see enough stress. Them all a fight people who reach up next. Everybody want floss and a beat up chest. Juvenile in a them teen love sex. Them a breed the fast money, them no need subjects. And if you're unfortunate, please don't vex. Also the things said cause the streets don't rest.
Inna the streets where we born and grow, only Jah know and nobody know.
When we talk about ghetto life, talk about ghetto life, ghetto life.
Everybody a priest say them want it though. That's why them a speed and they pan the go.
Cause this a real ghetto life, ghetto life. This a real ghetto life, ghetto life. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's all about life in the street. People are suffer, try survive in the heat. Bad mind them out to one hygiene a do it. That's why enough of them, yeah, rifle a beat. Everybody want big ups and want fi drive in a Jeep. Every day I'm at the ball when she buy in a read. Not even 5 bills, we can't find for the week. Me no see no changes, the same cycle repeat. Give thanks cause life it's a sweet, but keep a eye open every time you go sleep. Cause mankind jealous and them idle go late. Them never yet plant and not try figure it. Bigger heads where you fight for the seed. Now care about the future nor the child where you creep. Them a pray the fat Kyle we submit. The system will slide where you fit.
Inna the streets where we born and grow, only Jah know and nobody know.
When we talk about ghetto life, talk about ghetto life, ghetto life.
Everybody a priest say them want it though. That's why them a speed and they pan the go.
Cause this a real ghetto life, ghetto life. This a real ghetto life, ghetto life. Yeah, 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 yeah.